Welcome back to Nick Lenz Comic Corner, classic as known classics. This is episode number 3020 and Doubleshot number 2914. This is going to be an interesting one because we're discussing Gambit, the complete collection, book 1, another story from another book, and also the second volume for Nightcrawler. The first complete collection for Gambit collected the first 12 issues of volume 3. The annual, a half issue, and a Marvel Annex, basically kind of like a behind the scenes of the first issue. The half issue, by the way, the whole book is written by Fabian Caesar. The whole thing is basically Gambit in an outfit, not his regular outfit, like some space outfits, where he's basically he's basically in the Savage Land. The whole story, it's him fighting it to a version of Bride of Frankenstein. There's Gefried and there's this weird green stuff. It's a weird book. Now, by the way, in the main issues themselves, Gambit does wear his regular attire, but for some reason in the main book, occasionally for some reason, he does not want to wear his khaki coat. Yep. And by the way, apparently the first issue had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 covers. So basically, is this Gambit stealing stuff? Oh, he is. And of course, ditches coat. Basically, you have Steve Scarouse is the artist here. Oh, by the way, the first story is called The Man of Steel. It's about Gambit trying to steal something on a Gamble a Thief mission. I'm thinking, Gambit, where's your coat? Now, Rogue does appear in the book, but she's not a regular character in the book, per se. By the way, the book also features appearances here by Gambit's ex-wife, Belladonna. Yeah, she appears for a couple issues in the book because it's her. Why not? Oh, Rogue's outfit here. It's the outfit she wore when Mike Carey wrote X-Men/X-Men Legacy. So basically, you have Gambit. It's not as fun as, let's say, Volume 5 per se. By the way, the annual, it's basically Gambit to Morrow for the whole story. Yep. Yeah. Teams with Morrow. Xavier's book is in his robot wheelchair, the one that people love seeing him in when people think of Charles Xavier. And also, we have Storm here in the book too, and also he has to do with a guy called Executioner. Yep. That's who he has to deal with here. And he's here for mostly the first 5 issues of this book. He does skip issue 3, but pretty much he's the main villain of pretty much the first 5 issues of this book. We also get a debut of someone called the Black Womb. A character who he's a creator for this book and then had her die in the pages of the most recent volume for Cable. She appears in issue 4. She does not make a full appearance in issue 13. Mostly put just basically, oh, we also have issue 4 where he gets appearance by Blade. Yes, Blade makes a guest appearance in this very issue. Seems like a very odd team-up per se, but yeah, it teams with Blade. Of course, also the origin of Executioner, the character Mariah Elford, who supposedly gets killed off in this issue. Yeah, she gets killed off in this issue. This guy called Jack Farley. He's also known as Fireballs. And he's also another character who's exclusive for this book, but he's in only the first 5 issues. We also have the X-Men guest star, basically just Rogue, Nightcrawler, Shadowcat, and Professor Xavier. Issue 6, basically, we deal with Gambit working with Thieves Guild. And, of course, have a flashback with Hydra. Because why not? They do kill off the character known as the Pig. He's a slave trader who appeared in issue number 6 and got killed in issue 7. And the story continued over in the Gambit Annual. Yep. And, of course, basically, we have the origin of Mary Purcell, who was a character from X-Men Volume 2. Yeah, and they decided to have her die in this book. And I guess they figured, oh, why not? Yep. Yeah, she first appeared in X-Men Volume 2 81. And then she popped up in Uncanny X-Men 332. It's like the season probably killed her off because the problem was no use for the character. Also, the artwork is not done by the regular artists of the main book. It's done by Walter McDaniel. And then we have the whole thing with the Shattering. Yes, the Shattering. Which also includes this issue of Gambit. The whole thing with Shattering, it is basically just a lead-in into Apocalypse. Basically the 12. It's basically in this issue you just have Gambit versus Sabretooth for an issue. Well, 2 issues per se. Yeah, for some reason the Shattering does not contain the Gambit issues. Nope, it does not. I'm not sure why, but it doesn't. We also do a return of the Marauders and the guy called Courier. Actually, it's a woman. Well, basically, the characters receive a sex change. Yeah. In issue number 10, basically, he teams up. He basically has a flashback team up with. It's mostly about to deal with the Ferris twins. Issue 11 is basically dealing with the Constrictor, and Daredevil makes a guest appearance in this issue. Yes, Daredevil. And by issue 12, basically, it's, well, there was someone called Chandra, who was a character from the very first Gambit miniseries, who they brought back in this book. Yep, who was Eternal. Yeah, she previously appeared in, well, she actually, I guess it was in issue 6, but she previously appeared in issues of 2 issues of X-Men Volume 2. But that's kind of the issues in a nutshell. It's a very interesting set of issues per se. Oh, like issue 12 was like, yeah, for some reason the complete collection stops issue number 12. I don't know why, but it does. Oh, my mistake. It's not issue 11. Yeah, I thought it was issue 12. My mistake. But the trade itself was really good. It gives roughly a 9 out of 10. Next up we have is Nightcrawler Volume Number 2. Which is only 4 issues. And it's mostly put Kurt wearing his out from the Grant Morrison and Grant Morrison New X-Men book. It's written by a guy by the name of Chris Kipling. He didn't write very much in Marvel. Nope. He just did his one volume for Nightcrawler, did Amazing Fantasy 16, did an arc for Marvel Avengers Spider-Man, and that was it. The guy did very little. It's part of the whole Icons thing. Was a minor imprint basically for X-Men books. I believe Cyclops had a volume under this, and Chamber. It is mostly put, the best way to describe this book, it is basically just a solo story where he deals with some church stuff, and it's mostly put what he's doing outside of a new X-Men. That's kind of in a way what the book is. It is basically, we also deal with appearance by the Church of St. Michael's. Yeah. It's a solo venture for Nightcrawler. It's a very interesting story. It deals with his religion. And deals with some random slavers, but it's a very interesting book per se. It's not terrible. It just that doesn't feel like Nightcrawler to me. Oh, don't worry, next one will. It is one of only 2 volumes to be a ongoing. Along with volume 4, which I had previously reviewed already. So yeah, next time basically will be volume 3. A volume that started publishing when I started reading comics. Yes. That's when it started. It lasted for a year and got canceled. Here's the weird thing with Nightcrawler. He is one of those very few characters who's had solo books for X-Men and no annuals. Not even his 4-5 annual. Nope, never did. But it's like I said, good book. I'm gonna give Nightcrawler Volume 2 a 8.5 out of 10. Yep, I would do more, but it's kind of late, so I'll see you all tomorrow for another Doctor Who review and a couple manga reviews. Okay, see you. Bye.